There is a part of reality you're not supposed to notice. And once you move beyond what can be measured, you're not dealing with something empty. You're entering an environment, or what could be described as an undefined reality. And within that environment, there are entities and beings, not passive forces, not undefined concepts, but beings that operate within that space with their own direction, purpose, and agendas. We can call this the invisible or the spirit world. This distinction matters because this is where interpretations of how the spirit world and the 3D coexist begin to break down. Interactions between this space and ours are not random. They are based on alignments such as our energy, our vibration, our mental and physical states. What you are determines what you connect to and interact with. And these interactions don't happen in isolation. They happen through resonance. If there's an alignment, there is resonance that creates access between you and them. What do I mean by this? The 3D and the spirit world are interactive. Some of us have advanced or unique abilities to see into that world and even interact purposefully. And this is where the role of the individual becomes important. Because in the 3D state, most people are not aware of what they are aligned with. They are not aware of what they are projecting or what they are matching energetically. So interactions can occur without understanding what is happening or why. What you primarily receive or interact with is based on what you are in alignment with. And within that space, not all interactions function the same way. Some connections can be constructive, while others can be parasitic or deconstructive, depending on that alignment. This is not labeling anything as good or bad or any judgment. It is recognizing that there are multiple directions of influence and different forms of interaction. And without awareness of how alignment works, a person does not know what they are opening themselves up to. Across time, different traditions and systems have attempted to map this space. They create structures, frameworks, ways to interpret what cannot be directly measured or understood. These were not random. They were attempts to understand and navigate this environment. But they are still frameworks. And yes, this includes religion, belief systems, and relevant life philosophies. They provide us rough maps, not the full territory, which means they can guide, but they do not define the entire experience. This is where development becomes important, because human perception is not fixed. There are abilities, capacities, ways of perceiving that exist on a spectrum. Some individuals are more sensitive, more receptive, more aware of what is occurring behind standard perception. They are often described as highly developed spiritualists, clairvoyants, or psychics. With these sensitivities comes increased access. But there is also increased responsibility with this increased access. Because greater perception means greater exposure to that world, which does contain malefic entities, which makes awareness and precaution that much more necessary. Given these observations, this leads to a different approach. Give you a different way to think about this. Instead of relying on predefined frameworks, there is the option to take a more active role, to study, to observe, to compare different systems, to use all available information collaboratively yet discerningly, and to begin forming a personal framework based on direct understanding and experience, not rejecting what exists, but building on it. This shifts the experience from something inherited to something developed, from something passive to something directed, and ultimately toward a more aware and intentional engagement with this space. All of this is to say, consider taking full ownership of your spirituality. It's a rich world that exists whether you are aware of it or not. That's my video. Thank you. I love and appreciate you for checking in with me. And y'all have a nice one out there. Take care. Bye.